International, his sponsors for this weekend. We look across, we can see the rest of the field, who is in 5th position. Tim Ryman, in fact, is in 5th position, from what I can make out from this position on the course. Giggins goes through in 3rd. Nautic Stills in 4th. Swarbrick. And is that Ken McCrory? Possibly Ken McCrory. And there goes the Shetland Cruises sponsored boat of Tim Ryman. 54 now coming into the pit turn, boy. It's John King, of course, not doing as well as he did in his first heat, unfortunately, at this stage. He's lagging a little bit behind. John tells us he's had a little bit of work done on his propeller this morning, and it doesn't look as if it's done him any good whatsoever. Most unfortunate turnout. And just look at the pressure being put on to Jerry Peacham now by John Bill. Alton Broad's very experienced Formula 4 powerboat driver. John Bill, sponsored by Anglian Windows, really putting the pressure on now as he gets closer on the turn, boy. Let's just hope he doesn't hook like it. David Giggins. No, he's all right, he's clear. He's got closer to him. And I'm sure now that Jeremy Peacham knows he's under pressure for this second heat. Right in his wake now, in the dirty water just behind the Peachman Silver-powered motor, hangs John Bill, waiting to pounce and take his chances. The level home Burgess of John Whittle goes through. Midfield position of John Callis. Mark Terry in 56. Still not been able to find the extra power needed to get this boat up into the top positions of this race. Obviously needs a little bit more work doing on the propeller side of things, possibly, in order to get the extra power of the Barracuda of Mark Terry. Anyway, the race is still going on the other side of the course. Pressure still being put on. Looking across now, it looks like we can see 84 Nautic Stills, IMC powered Burgess of Ian Andrews, and there's still more pressure being put on. David Giggins seems to be catching up now in his 3rd place, making a challenge for John Bill. John Bill challenging Jerry Peachman very hard. This is certainly turning out to be quite a race. Mike Ashton now, as we can see the Barracuda looking very nicely turned out this afternoon. 79, Mike Ashton in the Barracuda, sponsored Barracuda Hull, with a brand new Yamaha engine on for this season. Alternative Sealing Petitions team, Blue Burgess goes through. Couldn't quite work out whether it was Lagden. It must have been Lagden, in fact, because that's John King, and Lagden is showing the master the way around the course this afternoon in this second heat. Race leader 89, Jeremy Peachman, handles the Mulgar beautifully around the pit turn, boy. Still under pressure from John Beale, and it seems to have made a little bit of ground. 85, that's the bluefin hull, shall I say, of Julian Clark. Christian Salverson sponsored Julian Clark, first year of national racing for him. John Chalice, the other Mulgard on this course this afternoon. 52 from Alton Broad, John Chalice and Phil Lagden. John King, nicely turned out Blue Burgess of John King's. Different engine for him this year. He used to run the OMC the early part of this season, but is now altered and gone with Yamaha, like so many drivers are doing. But we can see 2 Selvers, unfortunately, who lead in this field at the moment. And once again, David Giggins, the premier Yamaha engine on the course, supported by in 4th position, the Yamaha-powered PI Burgess. John Burden sponsored Mick Stones, having a little bit of a better race. Unfortunately, had to retire from the first heat with some difficulties, but he seems to have got his problems sorted out as things progress. Paul Blackburn got over his earlier problems of this heat, got the boat and motor running correctly, as he now has to work his way back up through the field. And Beale is putting some more pressure on. He's in the dirty water and in the spray, getting wetted out, in fact, by Jeremy Peachman on that turn. He's taken the outside line now, trying to get round him, but Beale's experience coming through as he tries to make those turn boys a little bit tighter every time to get in front of Jerry Peachman. But Jerry's getting it all his own way this weekend in Formula 4. Can anybody stop him? Certainly putting up a very, very good effort so far in the second heat of the S850 here at Nottingham Home Pierpont. And just look how high, and just look at the risks that John Beale is prepared to go to catch up with the Red Vale sponsored Jerry Peachman. Really flying it high there on that course, and I thought that it was possible that it could have flipped at any time at that stage of the race. Crowds of spectators really getting their value for money now as they look out on their parked cars at this most exciting of all racing Formula 4 S850 here at home Pierpont. David Giggins still managing to hold in his third position. John Beale, more or less the same position he was in last lap round. Still battles to try and take the supreme position in this heat. John Whittle once again in the Lovell Holmes Burgess, another very nicely turned out outfit, but unfortunately not making the positions we'd hoped to see him in this weekend. John Beale and David Giggins once again in their camera position. Closing tightly again, leaves it to the last minute to get down the turn, boy. Still, I'm afraid Jerry Peachman has the top speed to get out of these turns. It's obviously well set up, this Red Vale motor. Silver powered, of course, and Silver agents. And if anyone knows how to set a Silver up, it must be Jeremy Peachman. And he seems to be proving it this afternoon. British champion there in the Phillips-sponsored Burgess, #1, of course, Ken McCrory. Just holding off the challenge there, I can see from Shetland's Tim Ryman, 79, the red Barracuda there, Bob Nelson's Barracuda of Mike Ashton. Currently in what I would work out to be about 6th position. But Jerry Peachman is still showing the rest of the field the way to go. Very, very nice, comfortable flat ride he's getting out of this Moldgard hull. Ideally suited to the flat water we can now see here at home Pierpont. And the way the engine is obviously set up seems to favour the very long course here. Seems to be able to get it wound right open towards the tops of the turns. And surprisingly enough, seems to find a bit of extra acceleration as well to get out of them on the other side. Looking at the Shetland Cruisers boat of Tim Ryman there, boat number 90. Reasonable position there for Tim this afternoon, and 7th position, in fact, I should think, for Mike Ashton in the Barracuda. That's the course now. John Beale once again still flying it very high. Passes 1 or 2 back markers as he mounts another challenge at the pit turn, boy, for Jeremy Peachman. And there's only just seconds in it as Jerry Peachman manages to get across the course and shut the door on John. And John is by no means given up yet. He still forces his way up the course, attempting to get round in front of him on the next turn, boy. Ken McCrory still just about to hold the challenge off from the Shetland Cruisers boat of Tim Ryman. A little bit of a battle going on there on the course. It's Paul Blackburn we can see again in our camera position. Decided, as he said in his interview, that he would try running without the enclosed canopy to just get the feel of the boat a little bit better. But it's very much an experimental weekend for him this weekend. It's hardly unlikely that you're going to get a brand new boat and a brand new engine together to race competitively at such short notice. Nevertheless, doing very well. David Giggins still in 3rd position, but unfortunately he seems to be dropping back a little bit now. The rest of the field go through. Tim Ryman still managing to hold off British champion Ken McCrory in boat number 1. In fact, if anything, seems to have made some ground on him. Mike Ashton once again passes in front of the camera position. Very nice looking Barracuda. Mick Stones, Gateshead Club's Mick Stones passes through, having a bit of a battle with John Chalis. And 52, the other Moldgard on the circuit, the Anglian Windows Moldgard. 73. Comfortable 4th position now for Jonathan Swarbrick. As they come through to complete the end of Heat 2 of this S850 International. Been incident-free compared to the first one, where there was 2 problems. Incidentally, Carlos Medina was the other boat that we lost contact with in the first heat. Unfortunately sank on the infield at the top turn, boy. And that's put him out of the racing for this weekend. John Beale now coming down to turn for home. Unfortunately, has left it a little bit too late now to catch 89. As Jerry goes up and once again takes the checkered flag. Another successful drive and Heat 2 in the bag for Red Vale this weekend. And what a pleasing performance it is. for Jerry Peachman to win the first 2 heats of this highly contested Formula 4 National Championship here at Home Pierpont this August Bank Holiday Monday in brilliant sunshine. Nice flat course, providing excellent racing here. This rather exciting class. The rest of the field goes through. John Chase to hooks there and over trims as well. Nearly had an incident on the course. Even after the checkered flag has been flown, you can never be sure that all the boats will return home safely. There you go. That's Ian Burnap returning back to the pits there after another successful race for him. And we must congratulate Jerry Peachman on his excellent result there. Congratulations there, a good win there, Jerry.
Thanks very much, thank you.
And how did it feel when you were out there on the field?
Bit tricky. It's trickier than it looks. There's still a slight swirl on the back straight, but John was really pressing me, so...
It was indeed, but the boat was running beautifully flat.
The boat?
Yeah.
The Mulgard, well, this Mulgard is a experimental boat. It's a boat between the sailboat and the old conventional type. This is just a boat in between which Christian's doing a few designs on. And so hopefully, you know, we can get it right for the sailboat.
That's right. Well, we hope you have another win in the next heat.
So do I. Thanks very much.
Jerry. John Beale, you made that race worth winning there for Jerry.
Yes, it was a long, hard race. It really was.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, but I would have enjoyed it more if I won, obviously. I'm a bit sick, really. I had a bad start. I was trimmed out too far. But, yeah, Jerry was going very well. You know.
Certainly was. You found your old performance now from last year?
Well, it's looking that way now, yeah. We'll see if we can manage to win for the last heat.
Yeah, you're going to put it all into it, are you?
We will, yes. Go for it.
All right, well, wish you best then.
Thanks.
Right, as we join the final heats as they boats get away straight away from the start pontoon, we look to see if Jerry Peachman can regain the form he had in the first 2 heats of this challenge this weekend here at Home Pierpont. And Jerry seems to have had a slow start again. Not as good as his earlier starts, but he certainly seems to be able to get that silver engine wound right open on this long course here at Home Pierpont. We strain our eyes once again to look at the top turn boy and see if who is going to make that turn boy first. Will it be the blue and white striped boat of the Red Vale sponsored Jeremy Peachman, or will it in fact be Beale? Beale's been running very well this afternoon, and it looks to me it's the red boat in fact in the lead. Jerry Peachman has been ousted by John Beale, his fellow clubmate both from Alton Broad, and Beale is going like I've never seen him run before. Just look at the style of Beale as he's right out in front. Just managing, in fact, to hold off David Giggins as they all come round the turn boy. The glare from the sun there, so you can pick the boats up as they go through. Just saw the Mulgard hauler of Jerry Peachman drop back to 3rd place. The rest of the field managed to negotiate the turn boy safely. And that's Julian Clark in the bluefin. Christian Salverson's sponsored Julian Clark. Running an Evinrude engine, the only Evinrude on the course this afternoon. In fact, I think it's the only Evinrude in this class altogether at this present time. John Beale showing the rest of the field the way home right now, and managing to pile on the coal as he's getting away from the rest of the field on the back straightaway, and coming down to the pit turn boy to complete his 2nd lap. And at the 3rd place boat there, that's Jonathan Swarbrick. So it's Beale, Giggins, Swarbrick, Peachman, looking like Blackburn in 5th position. They all make the turn boy once again. Very difficult to see the boats on that turn boy at this stage of the afternoon. 52, John Challis, the other Mulgard, still going strong in this challenge. Obviously got the reliability right, although he's Still hasn't got up to the top of the field. Nevertheless, in your first season of national racing, you can't rush everything, I can assure you. Once again, the rest of the field make the top turn, boy. You see there's quite a bit of difference now as they open up the field between first, third and second places. But Bill has certainly got it worked out now. The Burgess hull of John Bill with the silver engine on the back. Running absolutely perfectly. As he trims it right back, he really knows how to fly that boat high. It's Nautic's Ian Andrews managing to get in front of Paul Blackburn. So they changed the sponsor for this weekend, sponsored by Chambers and Cook. Phil getting away from us there, and that's Phil Lagden. Close look at Phil as he manages to trim the boat out just prior to going around the bottom turn, boy. Taking it nice and wide, keeping out of trouble. Successful, reliable weekend's racing for him. The Peachman's now mounting a challenge for 73, Jonathan Swarbrick. Peachman's obviously trying to regain his original glory of first position, and of course he realises that the way the points could go, if he doesn't get up into third place, he could lose his first position overall for this weekend. I haven't worked out exactly how all the points are, but I can be assured that if Bill gets a first and a second, he can do a lot of damage to Jerry Peachman, even with his two firsts so far. Christian Salverson's driver 81, Julian Clark, takes it wide on that turn by nearly gets hit by the boat at 55. Phil Lagden came very close to Julian on that one. It was a little bit naughty of Philip, I think. Second place there for David Giggins. 65, the Langholms, Burgess, and the first Yamaha again in the race for David Giggins. 61, ex-junior driver Ian Burnap still retains his sponsor, Liverpool and Knight, a printing company from the West Midlands, from Warsaw in fact, specialising in printing all sorts of labels. It's extremely difficult with this sun being low now in the later part of this afternoon to see these boats up the turn. Just make out the shape once again of the very clear shape, in fact, of the blue thing. Ken McCrory, British champion, boat number 1, slips around in front of us. Nordic Steels, Ian Andrews, first OMC in the race. Yamaha powered Mulgard hull of Jan John Challis, driver from Malton Broad, and race leader now going down the back straight and just showing just how easy it can be. Lovely turn there, keeps it nice and tight, keeps David Giggins out. Once again, they make their way back up to the top of the course. It's Mulgard, Jeremy Peachman. He's under pressure from Ken McCrory. Jonathan Swarbrick's dropped right back. So that's the first three drivers at the moment. John Beale, David Giggins, and securing his first place overall, Jeremy Peachman's in third position. As long as he can keep Ken McCrory out of the way in fourth place, he knows that he can't go wrong and he'll get his first, shall I say, for this year. Close up there of David Giggins and the Langholms, Burgess, and the Phillips sponsored boat there of Ken McCrory. Shetland Cruisers Tim Ryman in boat number 19. Still flying it very high. Tim prefers to run the later model with the safety cell Burgess that he's actually got. But unfortunately in the early part of the season it was damaged and it has to be rebuilt by David. And, you can imagine David Burgess is extremely busy with this many boats out for the weekend. He actually doesn't have to look too far for boats to build. Giggins is 65, managing to maintain his second position. Not really under pressure yet from Jerry Peachman, but I'm sure Jerry's giving it all he can to get up and try and get in front again, to get the 3 out of 3, which would certainly be an achievement for him. Paul Blackburn, incidentally, has replaced his canopy for this last heat. A bit of experimental work for him. He's just got the boat together with the engine, so he's entitled for some experimenting, I'm sure. Just make out the black boat, the Barracuda of Mark Terry there. Sponsored by First Cover Print, the printers from Tunbridge Wells. Mark Terry with the lone engine there from ONC is for this weekend. Sure, he'll have to get back and work out all his problems with his old power unit. Nevertheless, he's managed to complete the course, and I'm sure he's had an enjoyable weekend racing. Barracuda hull there of Mike Ashton. Not quite doing as well as he did in the earlier heats. Obviously got a bit more homework to do before the National Championships here in a couple of weeks' time. Just looking across the course. Once again you see the Norgard hull in third position, Jerry Peachmont. UK Silver agent, and obviously working on becoming the UK British Formula 4 Championship as well for next year. But it obviously won't be in that boat because, as we all know, 1990 will require safety cells to be fitted to all hulls. And as Jerry was saying earlier on, that's an experimental boat that Christian Mulgaard has made in Denmark. In advance of actually getting a boat out with a safety cell on. We've never seen a Mulgaard with a safety cell in this country. But I'm sure that Jerry will be looking towards getting one for next season after his success here this weekend. And John Bill there, the race leader, still managing to maintain his first position and under no real challenge as he rounds that turn, boy. I'm sure he's well pleased. The second position there for David Giggins, in third place for 89. Ryman challenging the Barracuda hull there of Mike Ashton in the later stages of this final heat. But so far as the race leaders are concerned, look across to see David Giggins still posing no real challenge to John Bill. If anything, John Bill is managing to open up the gap now in the closing stages of this race. Jerry Peachmont in third. Paul Blackburn complete with the enclosed canopy. Sure, he won't be disappointed with his performance this weekend, taking everything into account. And John Challis taking a little bit more care on the turn, boys, after that little bit of an incident in the later stages of the heat number 2, where he almost hooked turn ball. William Clark powers his even route engine round the turn, boy, getting out arm's way from everybody else on the field. The two ACP boats going through in order. Phil Lagden, closely followed by John King in 54. And Beale managing to lap the back markers now as he finds his way through the rest of the field. Of course, this is the place where there can be trouble negotiating the wakes and the dirty water of the boats in front, but I don't think John's got to worry now. He's taken the flag, and I'm sure he's well happy with that. Peachmont in third. Disappointment for him, but nevertheless wins overall on points throughout the weekend. First Cover Prints, Mark Terry, number 56, returns now after that race to no doubt give the power unit back to AMC. They've so graciously lent him for this weekend's racing. So there it is. John Bill gloriously returns back to the pits after a runaway victory in the final heat.
Thank you. Thanks. Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you.